Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel at Also Victoria, and I'm going to be going over what sold for the month of November. So I'm going to cover the entire month, and I have my paperwork here to go over to help me. So I had 29 items that sold in the month of November, and I will put the totals up over here. So my gross was $773, and my net profit was $651.32. My fees were $82.37, and my cost of goods was $39.31. And the reason the cost of goods is so low, as usual, is let me see, I have 9 items that were given to me by my children, so that didn't cost me anything. So my 2 daughters and my son gave me bunch of stuff. And then 8 items, I'm not sure where they came from because I probably had them for 10 years or so, and I didn't keep such a great inventory, list everything in the inventory list at that time. Um, so they kind of missed on where I picked them up and how much I paid for them, but I'm pretty sure back then, 10 years ago, even less, I went to the bins and I went to thrift stores, and I went to maybe yard sales occasionally, not too often. But even back then, 10 years ago, thrift store prices were nothing like they are today. So the cost of goods was low. And then one was given to me by my son-in-law. So that's why the cost of goods is only $39.31 for the 29 items I sold, and made a net profit of $651.32. All up there. And then at the end, I will let you know how many items and how much each shop made as I go over this, and I go day by day. So starting on November 8th on my Etsy Also Victoria shop, I sold this silver jacket. It was handmade. I did pick that up at an estate sale. I sold it for $48, and I paid $2.50 for it. And then on May 9th over on eBay, I sold this pink No Boundaries summer dress. It was an extra, extra large, and that was given to me by my daughter, and I sold that for $12. And also on the 9th on my Etsy Also Victoria shop, I sold this black shiny clutch, a Lewis, it's Lewis is the name of it, um, brand. Gold chain, had a gold chain, and I also picked that up at an estate sale, and I sold it for $28, and it cost me $1.52 because I buy in bulk at estate sales. Especially this particular estate sale is about the only one I go to here in Southern Oregon because they are fantastic. Fantastic people. So I buy in bulk when I go to estate sales and find a bunch of things, pile all together, and then they sometimes just kind of make an offer, and I'll just go with that because their offers are pretty low. And let's see, okay, and then also over on Etsy on the 11th, I sold this Gallivanter animal print blouse. I don't know where I picked it up at. I sold it for $36, and I believe this is something I've had for quite a while on my Etsy shop. And then also on Etsy on the 12th, I sold this vintage black fringe crochet hat. And I picked up several hats at this estate sale this last summer. And I sold this one for $22, and it cost me $1.52. So I think I picked this up at the same time I picked up that clutch that sold, that patent leather type clutch. And the lady left me my feedback. She said, "This is an awesome," what did she say? "This is an awesome hat. I can't believe it's that old," because it was from the 60s. And so I had, like I said, I had a couple of hats with crocheted and felt anyway. Uh, so it was pretty cool. But not everybody, some people take care of their vintage stuff and store them away. And this lady had so much vintage. Okay, and then over on the 12th, over on Poshmark, I sold this Pendleton pink and gray sweater. It's extra large. I did buy this to specifically put in my Poshmark closet. I bought it last year in August, and I paid $2.50 for it, and it sold for $25. And it's actually I'm surprised it took so long to sell, but it did, and it was probably on offer to Likers. It's a great sweater. It was really soft too. It was really nice. And then also on my Poshmark closet, also Victoria, I sold this Rue 21 rayon blue knit top. You can see it has the opening, the crocheted peekaboo through it. It was really cool. I sold that for $10. That was given to me by my daughter, so it's just a lower end mall brand, whatever. But I thought it was cute enough to sell. Maybe somebody would like that. It was given to me. And then on the 13th, and that was on the 13th. And then also on the 13th on Etsy, on my Cameron D shop, I sold, that's where I sell collectibles, home goods collectibles, that sort of stuff. I sold these plastic wall plaques. What are they? Were they a Homeco brand from the 70s? It's a set of four. There's two sconces and then two of the diamond shaped. And I sold those for 28, which was pretty low. So anyway, I think I've had them listed. Well, I had them listed since 2012. So there you go. And no, I picked them up at the salvage yard. Well, I call it the salvage yard. You guys call it the bins, but it's the bins. I picked it up in January of 2012 and I listed it in July of 2018. So I guess they weren't listed all that long. And I sold them for $28. And let's see, over on the 16th, on the 16th, I sold this Wilson leather jacket. I don't know where I got it. I could be one of my kids brought it and it ended up in my house. It was a 80s like moto bomber type jacket. I sold that for $92. And that's all I know about that. I went to California. That's all I know. And then on Poshmark on the 18th, I sold these fly boots, these fly London boots. I thought they were really cool. And that was an offer to buyers also on Poshmark. So I sold them for $72, and I do remember picking these up. I picked them up in Brookings over on the coast at the Goodwill, and I paid $11.69 for them, and I just thought they were really cool, so that's why I paid that much for them. And they actually went to somewhere here in Oregon, so that was pretty cool too. So then on the 18th, also on eBay, I sold this Kitten Ace Puffer jacket. Now this is one of the things that was given to me by my son. He came across a bin full of clothes and he brought this over. So it wasn't listed very long. I listed it in November and it sold on the 18th. So it was only listed for what, 2 days, and it sold for $65. Let's see. Also on the 18th in my Etsy Cameron D shop, I sold these two giant sugar pine cones, and these were from my daughter Penelope. And all the money goes to her, taking out fees, and then I give her the money for these because she lives up in the mountains and she gathers these sugar pine cones. It's in the Siskiyou Mountains, so she sold quite a few of them. I had a heck of a day yesterday. Well, today is December 9th or something. Anyway, I had a heck of a day finding boxes and packaging all these sugar pine cones she's been selling. Anyways, so I price them for her and I list them for her and everything, but she gathers them and bakes them and all that. So anyway, two large sugar pine cones for $15, and then the buyer pays shipping on these. So these also went to California. So that's about $6.50. So it's a really good price for these large sugar pine cones. And then also on the 18th on Poshmark, I sold these gold crackle flower candle holders. They were the ceramics that you could do at a ceramic studio and then paint them. And so they were gold painted and stuff. And I sold these a set for $15 on Poshmark. I did pick them up at a thrift store over in Bend one time when I guess I was visiting my son over there. Well, maybe not. Must have went to Bend for some other reason because I picked them up in June of 2015. or maybe he did live there. I don't know. He lived there, moved to Boulder, then is back in Bend and has traveled the world since then. So I don't know. Anyway, those finally sold for $15. They were really nice. I like them. And they sold on Poshmark on the 18th, and then over on not over on but on the 21st, also on Poshmark, I sold this Cancelli black asymmetrical top. It's Cancelli. Well, the Cancelli is the brand of the top, but that's not who designed it. There is a company that you could send your clothes into, and they will redesign and upscale or up what is that? Up, it's not upscale. Anyway, they'll redesign your clothing. And so what they did with this top is they asymmetrically took the little hooks and put them asymmetrically and then stitched them all down. Anyway, I sold that. I just thought somebody might be interested in something a little different. So I had picked that. Oh no, my son gave it to me. This is one of the things my son had given me a while back last year in a bin of stuff that ended up in my living room. And I sold it for $15. So anyway, on Poshmark. And then on the 22nd on my Etsy shop, on my Also Victoria Etsy shop, I sold this Barbizon pink full slip for $36. I don't know where I got it. I think I've also had it for a long time, but I had it because somebody had stitched up to make it shorter. And when they did that, that dust stuff you get that kind of settles in your clothes, so it showed a mark because I took the hemming, the stitching out, so it was full length. But that's all noted, and you can see in the photographs too. So what did I sell that for? The Barbara John's for $36. Don't know where I got it. Anyway, it was really pretty. Regardless, it was a pretty slip. And then on eBay on the 22nd, I sold this black soft surroundings, and I had just recently picked that up, even though, how come I put I don't know where I got it, because I may not know. I didn't write where I got it, unfortunately. So I sold that for $20. I'm trying to remember. I remember picking it up, but I don't know. Anyway, I sold that on eBay for $20. And then on Poshmark on the 21st, I sold these Cremexes men's jeans. They were new with tags. I sold it for $28. I remember on Poshmark getting offers for them, and then I would counter offer, but I guess my counter offer was too high. But they were they were large size, and they were new with tags. And Cremamex, I'm not sure. It's not a high end. It's one of those, like, I don't know if they sell them at Dick's or Bimart or wherever they sell them, at some store. Anyway, I did sell them for $28. So they were listed for about a year, I guess. So anyway, they sold. And on the 24th on Poshmark, I sold this bustier, this maroon Charlotte Russe bustier for $14. I think that could have been an offer to like her or something. And that was also from my son and a bunch of stuff he gave me last summer, or this summer. Actually, I think he gave them to me this summer, spring, whenever. Anyway, and also on the 24th on my Etsy, Victoria shop, I saw this pink, I call it a ginkgo dress because it had ginkgo leaves in it, and I've had this for quite a while. I have a picture of my daughter modeling it in the photos, and just her back standing in the garden, because it was an 18 and a half, so it was a plus size 18 and a half. I'm surprised it waited so long to sell too. Cy Frankel is the tag on it, the design tag on it. And I sold that for $38. And like I said, I don't know where I picked it up, but I believe I picked it up at an estate sale. And it was a slinky dress, just a comfortable dress. Like I said, I'm surprised it didn't sell sooner. And then on the 25th on my Etsy Cameron D's shop, I sold 2 more pine cones for my daughter for $15. And then on the 26th in my Cameron D shop, I sold this ceramic bottle vase. It Pride and Joy planter. You know, when you have a baby, you get pretty little flowers and these planters for the baby. So I don't know where I picked it up. Probably the thrift store, unless the bins. I don't know. So I sold it for $12 in my Camera D shop. And then on, okay, I'm going back one, but back over on the 24th. And I know this on the 24th. I sold this pattern, this on my Bonanza shop. So I'm trying to move all my patterns over to my Bonanza shop. Anyway, in another video I talk about where they were. But anyway, because somebody reached out to me on the site that I had my patterns on and asked me if I had any more of these gonk patterns, these Simplicity gonk patterns. And I had sold one for $40, and then I found this one at the Goodwill last spring for 89 cents. And so I picked it up, but I hadn't gotten around to listing it. And so this lady reached out to me on my other platform that I'm not going to use anymore and asked if I had any. And I said, I do, but I'm going on vacation. When I get back, I will list it and let you know where I listed it at, because told her I was going to list it on my Bonanza shop. And so I got back from vacation, got really busy, got sick, got better, sick for one day, got better. And then she reached out to me again and said, oh, I think you might be back from your vacation. Hope you had a great vacation. Were you able to list that pattern? And so immediately I went and I listed it, and I sent her an email and said, yes, I have it listed. The last one I sold for 40. I was selling this one for 40 also, and she immediately bought it. So if you ever find these particular glonk patterns, pick them up, because they sell. There is one listed, I believe, on Etsy now for $35. So they're nice collectible patterns, I guess. I don't know anything about gonk. And then on the 27th on Etsy, my Oso Victoria shop, I sold this vintage black, I'm trying to read it, cross stitch sweater. Had a lot of likes on it in my Etsy shop. I've never run a sale. I've been on Etsy for 10 years and I've never run a sale. I don't think I've ever run a sale anywhere except on Poshmark when you lower the price or do counter offers. And then recently on eBay, because I've been on eBay for 10 years also, because at that time they charge for every listing you put up, I believe. And it's kind of like Etsy, but things just weren't selling and I wasn't working the platform, so I just stopped doing anything with it. But then since I'm doing all this other stuff, and since I got on Poshmark a year ago, or 2018, I can't remember when, I decided to also throw eBay back in the mix for selling platforms. So anyway, I sold this cross stitch sweater. I picked it up at a yard sale in October of 2010. That's how long I've had it. And I listed it in November 2010. So it's been on Etsy for 10 years. And it finally sold. I never lowered the price or anything, so it was $18, but I did get a lot of likes on it. But maybe because it was wool too. That could be. A lot of people can't wear wool. So then let me see, where am I at? Okay, on the 28th on Poshmark, I sold these gray high top Converses. Those were given to me by my son-in-law. Sold them for $12. Anyway, I had them for a while. I've sent out a lot of offers to likers, but they finally sold for 12 bucks, which is good. And let's see, on the 28th on Etsy, my Cameron D shop, I sold this pine cone fabric. It was 2 yards of this fabric. I remember going back in because I had sold some fabric for $5. It went overseas to Australia or Great Britain or somewhere, and I think I only made a few cents on it because it's vintage fabric. And I thought, oh, because I probably priced this stuff 10 years ago when shipping was cheaper and all that stuff was cheaper and the fees were cheaper or whatever. So I went in and I did raise the price on this pine cone fabric to $22. So it sold. And it's really cool. It's a really nice vintage fabric, but I don't know where I picked it up, but I know I picked it up a long time ago. And I do have 12 bins of fabric, and gee, I need a crew of people to list for me because I'll never get around to all the stuff to list. So I have tons and tons of stuff to sell, but I do this part-time, whatever. Okay, so on the 29th on Etsy, my Cameron D, I sold this small little ceramic angel that was made in Japan. I don't know where I picked it up. I have a feeling I may have picked it up at the Goodwill thrift store. I don't know. I don't even know why I picked it up, but I just thought it was so cute, and maybe because it was stamped Japan on the bottom was kind of another motivating factor. Like, oh, this is cute. It could sell for $12, $10, $12, whatever. And it did. And I had listed it. I don't know when I listed it because I didn't have that information written down. Oh, yeah, I do. I listed it in April of 30th this year. So, yeah, what? Almost a year, whatever. Okay, let's see. Last 3 items. And on the 29th on Poshmark, I sold these hydraulic 3 button front jeans. Those were given to me by my daughter. I sold those for $14 with an offer to likers. And on Etsy, my Cameron D shop, I sold this mouse birthday card. I've had that listed also for since 2010. I picked that up at the senior center here in the larger little town of Medford. And I had listed it, I picked it up in November and then I listed it in April. And, you know, my Cameron D shop was pretty low, working it. But anyway, yeah. So the thing that I found interesting about this birthday card is on the front, you can see it says happy birthday. And on the inside, it says brings 10 cents worth of sympathy. Here lies last year. How appropriate for 2020. I thought that was funny. And then over on eBay, I also sold another set of sugar pine cones for $15 for my daughter. So that's all my 29 sales. And like I said, I already gave you the gross and the net and the fees and the cost of goods. And I'm going to put up the sales on Etsy. I sold 9 items on Etsy for a total of $330, and that's the gross. I sold, that's Etsy in my Oso Victoria shop, and I sold 7 items on Etsy in my Cameron D shop for a total of $108. I sold 9 items on Poshmark for a total of $205, 4 items on eBay, $412, total $112, and 1 item that patterned on Bonanza for a total of $40. So I hope you like what sold videos. I will have one coming out after December. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm going to be doing some haul videos, continue the haul videos for those little shops, our thrift stores we went and stopped and picked up some goodies in Central Oregon. And I have a bunch of items sitting here to show you in a haul, and I will get on that. Okay, so thanks for watching. Bye.